Hey guys, I want to welcome you to my Facebook Live today. I hope you guys are having an awesome Wednesday. I got a special guest with me here today. I got my friend Dr. Rollins. He's actually going to give us some tips and ideas on how to boost our immune system by using 100% plant-based products. I'm going to have Dr. Rollins share his story and a little bit about his background, and especially his background with dealing with, plant-based nutrition. So Dr. Rollins, you can take it over, buddy.
Oh, thank you very much, Joy, and thank you for inviting us to be on this live call with you. This is an exciting media, and I think we would be remiss if we didn't share with folks and reach out to folks to help people understand that there are things that they can do to help to fortify their bodies, particularly against this COVID-19 or coronavirus that's going around. Let me give you a little bit, folks, about my background. I was trained as a developmental and molecular biologist back in the old days, probably before most of you were born. I hold several advanced degrees, a bachelor's science degree in biology, a master's degree in biology, another master's degree in developmental biology, a PhD in developmental biology, and a couple of years of postdoctoral studies at NYU Med Center, Department of Pathology in chemical carcinogenesis. In all of that, and several years, in the workforce at Howard University College of Medicine on the faculty there, and also worked for 20 some years at the U.S. Patent and Trademark Office. And it was really during my tenure at the Patent and Trademark Office that I began to become more and more aware and more serious about this whole notion that plants and herbs can provide some tremendous support for our overall health, but particularly our immune system. And we're going to take a closer look at some of that in the meantime. And my specialty, if you will, while I worked at the patent office, was plant extracts of undefined chemical constitution. Now that's government speak for saying the inventors didn't know what they had. They just knew they were extracting something from plants and that this stuff had some kind of biological effect. But as the science began to grow, people began to get more sophisticated about what they were inventing. And Troy, I began to see some very exciting inventions that dealt with, helping to promote our nutritional needs. And, if I was to name a number of companies, practically everyone on the line would recognize several of those companies that are in the nutrition business. But we're not going to do that. But so I saw a lot of different kinds of inventions of nutritional products that were being discovered and being used to help people fortify their bodies. During that tenure, early on, I guess, and I'm telling my age in a sense now, but I don't mind, in the mid 1980s, I got a big, thick application from a research group out of Grand Prairie, Texas. And they were claiming that they had discovered the active ingredient found in the aloe vera gel. Well, practically everyone knows that aloe has healing properties. Your mom, when you were a kid, you got a bee sting or you got a cut, you ran in the house, she grabbed the aloe plant and she squeezed some gel out and rubbed it onto that area. And all of a sudden the redness went away, the stinging went away, and you went right back out playing. You didn't think about it. You just knew that whatever that stuff was that mom put on my hand or wherever it was seemed to work. So we have known for a long time that aloe really works. And that my mom used to do the same thing. She would even gargle with it. She'd squeeze out the gel in a little warm salt water. Whenever she felt a cold coming on and gargle, and all of a sudden, mom didn't have any cold symptoms. So in the back of my mind, I've always been interested in this whole notion of the relationship between plants and nutrition. And so some of the stuff we're going to talk about on this live call, we're going to focus on the immune system and what people may want to look for to help them to fortify their immune system. Now, Troy, you can jump in at any time.
All
I
right.
can see
Well,
you. So if you,
Dr. Rollins, and when he brought himself on, guys, that's why you guys hear me talk about all the time. You got to position yourself around people that's way smarter than you in different areas. So when it comes to like plant-based nutrition and just stuff like that, overall, Dr. Rollins really knows what he's talking about, guys. And I've been privileged enough to work like hand in hand with him for the past like almost 4 years. He got him and his lovely wife, and he's actually going to share some real important information that can really help us all today, guys, especially with what's going on with this virus. He's going to talk about something that himself and myself and a whole lot of other people that we actually work with is actually using and actually making them feel better overall. So you can get into it, Dr. Rollins.
all right, thank you, Troy. And by the way, folks, I knew of Troy long before I met him. I used to watch some of his early videos dealing with the subject matter that we're going to be discussing today. And I was saying, turn to my wife and say, "Who is this guy, Troy McKnight? Why don't I know him?" But at any rate, as we've gotten to know each other, he has considerable experience in our industry. We go back many, many years ourselves. And so all of those years have taught us some very important lessons. And we're at the point now where we have this tremendous technology and ability to reach out to people and to share this information because we think it's vital for people to know. I mean, you will make your own decision. We're not here to twist your arms about anything, but to share some information. And we're not trying to convince you, but to let you know that there are things we can do to help to fortify our immune system and to protect us in this perilous environment, particularly around the coronavirus. We see it's a pandemic, and that simply means that this virus has spread around the world. There is no corner of the world that has gone unaffected by this virus. Some places are doing much better than the United States. Some people, particularly some places in Africa where they have malaria, the number of infections is very low, and the number of people dying from the infection, from the disease, is very, very low. But you pays your money and you takes your choice: malaria or this coronavirus. I don't want either one.
Me either.
And that's why I've always looked for ways to build up my immune system. Some time ago, I met this doctor that I may have mentioned earlier, from Texas. He was working with a company. He was their chief science officer. And he was the inventor, or is the inventor, of one of the products applications that came across my desk. And so over the years, in the early mid 1980s, actually into the early 90s, I issued a number of patents to him and his research team and the companies that he worked with, and got to be very interested in the way he approached solving nutritional problems. And one of the things that grabbed me right away, Troy, was one of his early discoveries, and that is with the aloe vera, finding the active ingredient in the aloe vera plant. When I saw that, I was sitting at my desk in the office, and I got goosebumps because it became now more than academic. It became more than part of my job. Here is something, and many people, some know, but many don't know. My wife at the time was suffering from a very serious autoimmune condition. Her immune system had gone haywire. It did not recognize her tissues as hers. They treated her tissues as some kind of bacterial or viral infection. So her immune system was attacking her. And when I was studying and examining this application, I noticed that they said one of the uses for this new product, this new aloe product, was that it can help to support the immune system. And again, goosebumps came across my back, and I knew immediately this was a godsend for us. And so we immediately contacted the inventor. He sent us out some of his prototype. My wife began to take it. She began to feel better. Fast forward almost 10 years until the mid 1990s now, around 1996. He had gone to work with a new company, and we found out about it through a fellow much like yourself, a network marketer who was exploring a new product, and he wanted, and in this case, my advice on this new product. And I immediately dismissed him. I said, aloe doesn't work. As soon as you break that plant, the stuff degrades and it's useless. He said, no, this, and I won't mention the inventor's name right now, but he named the inventor, and I had that goose pimple. I get goosebumps when I get excited. So, folks, you know that much about me. But at any rate, I got excited because I know this inventor. I just issued some patents to him. And I said, we've got to get this stuff. And this fellow left my office, called 3 of his buddies. They jumped on board in this new company, relatively new company. And I'm sitting at my desk trying to figure out how can I get involved, because the technology of this new invention was in the patent office unit that I supervised. And there would be a tremendous conflict of interest if I decided to sign on board to help market their products. So I actually had to get permission from my supervisors and above to get access. I explained to them my wife's medical situation and got permission to sign up with the company to get the products at wholesale, but I could not get involved in marketing. So for many years, that's what we did. But Ada and I would find a way to fly out to Dallas and attend their conventions just to learn more about this new science. As time went on, and this inventor went on to develop many, many new products, helped to make millionaires out of many, many people because the products worked. They did exactly what the research said that they would do. And so we followed him through all of those years. And about 5-6 years ago, I got a call from him, and he began to share with me what he was doing. He had retired. I had retired from the patent office. I'm ready to go to work now. But anyway, he said, he told me what he was doing, and he described his new products for me. And I got excited again. Now, folks, these products have a lot of science behind them. And to do a thorough job of explaining the science would just cause your eyes to glass over and you would lose interest. So we're not going to go into the science, but I just want you to understand that the products are supported by a tremendous amount of science. And so when this fellow began to lay the science on me, now here I am, I'm a trained biologist myself, so I'm supposed to know this stuff. He started talking about apoptosis. Well, in general, I knew what that was. And he said, I've got products that can support these pathways in our cells. And then he began to go through the detail. And guess what happened? My eyes glassed over. I took everything he gave me. Ada and I took it back to the hotel. We were up half the night just trying to decipher what he was talking about. And I didn't get any sleep that night. I was back in his lab and office the next morning. And you've talked with him, so you know how he can roll, right? Yeah. And so as we began to come to grips with what he had, it dawned on me that he really was on to something. Here are products that he had developed that can really support normal physiology. And of course, I was particularly interested in the support of the immune system. Now, so we started on the products. Again, he's a very generous man. So he gave us some prototype products to try out. And, they weren't even labeled yet.
Did they have research and development on it?
Yeah, that's what they had. You had some too, right?
Absolutely.
So I said, Bill, are we guinea pigs in your new research? And he said, well, in a manner of speaking, yeah, we want to know how you feel and what kind of response you get. But anyway, to make a long story short, he has developed a system of products that support this process of apoptosis or apoptosis, either way is correct. And these are pathways that help the body to repair damaged cells, to eliminate cells that cannot be repaired or have aged out of their usefulness, and to support the growth of new healthy cells. And the ingredients are all 100% plant-based. In fact, Troy, as you know, they are the only 100% plant-based nutritional products that support apoptosis in the marketplace.
Yep.
No one else has what we have. And there are a couple of products that I want to mention. One, it reflects his original discovery with aloe, and the other is a product that supports the immune system, targets the immune system to make sure that the immune system is structurally sound and functionally sound. And that's very important. And the aloe helps the body to be able to recognize these infectious agents, the viruses, these fungi, because the cells have to communicate, and that includes our immune system. So when the communication is right, our bodies can do and function the way it needs to function. When the immune system has all that it needs to support its structure, its function, and anything else that it needs, we find in this immune support product. And it is very important, folks. I mean, it is imperative, hear me now, that in the presence or in the environment of this coronavirus, we need to do all we can to support our immune systems. There is no vaccine yet. Yeah, there are some therapeutics and medications that seem to be working for many people, but not everybody. So what can we do? Yes, we do the face mask, we do the hygiene, we wash our hands and that sort of thing, and that's very important. But we need to make sure that we can fortify these bodies that we have been gifted with. And one of the first things we can do is to make sure we begin to look in the marketplace for nutrients that can do just that. And the products that Troy and I and our families consume do just that. They are herbs. They are not extracts of herbs, but what this group does is they take the whole, first of all, they identify the various herbs from around the world. And they have all been used historically as foods. There are many herbs that have medicinal properties, but many of them act just like drugs, and so they're toxic side effects. But this company has chosen herbs that have been used by our ancestors as food. So we have tens of thousands of years of safety behind the products. So now they have matched and formulated the various products so that these ingredients help to support various stages or points along these apoptosis pathways. Now the pathways are coded for by our DNA, but if we don't get the food to support, the pathways don't work the way they should. And one of the most important systems that we have is our immune system, starting with our skin. And so we need to do just that. And all of the herbs are known. You can search the literature, the scientific literature, you can go online and Troy will discuss that with you later, and identify the company, the product, and that sort of thing. You can actually Google the ingredients. Go on sites like PubMed if that's your interest. But while you're doing all of that, getting all of that knowledge and all of that information to see if this stuff might work, take it from us. Right, Troy? The stuff works.
I mean, it absolutely worked. Like you said, when I got the stuff, it had all research and development on it. I actually met this person at a Starbucks. I used to go sit up there, and And he got to tell him about the cell communications and all this. And I thought had lost his mind kind of. And as I got to know him, I realized how smart he was. He was like a genius. And when he actually gave me this product, guys, some of you guys, some of my friends knew I had bad knees because I used to play basketball. One of my friends commented on here not too long ago how I used to be ripping and running up and down the court, dunking and stuff. Well, I was 15, 16, 17. That tore up my knees. And as I got in my 40s and then my 50s, my knees was bothering me real bad. So he gave me all these pills, research and development. Mm-hmm. I started taking them, and with it, about a month and a half, I noticed my knees wasn't bothering me anymore. And I actually hurt my shoulder working out about a year and a half ago. Same thing. A lot of my friends were having surgeries on their shoulders, and I didn't want to have surgery. I was like, forget that. I just started taking more of these herbs, and actually I got Dr. Rollins probably know what this is. I got an aloe right here. Aloe.
All right.
But anyway, I started taking these herbs and stuff, and I just started feeling good again. I'm back in the gym. And same scenario for Lisa. I mean, she takes them. My son actually run track. He takes them, and we just feel amazing. And the thing about it is, like Dr. Rollins talking about, we want to share with everybody from a standpoint of really helping people understand the importance of boosting their immune system. Because if you got a strong immune system, if you do come in contact with this virus, hopefully you'll be able to fight it off and just kind of keep going. Wouldn't you agree, Dr. Rollins?
Absolutely. Because, if it happens, you're still going to be better off having your immune system fortified because the infection takes place in several different stages. First, you got to be in contact with the virus. It's going to enter either through your mouth or through your nose. And there's a defense within, the membranes lining your nose that can help to stop the virus from taking hold. A good friend of ours, Dr. Dan Fouts, say, if it can attach, it cannot infect. In other words, the virus has to attach itself chemically to the outside of our cells and tissues to be able to get into the cell to cause the infection. So there are steps that our immune system uses to prevent the attachment. And aloe is one of them because the aloe can actually inhibit the virus from attaching to our cells, not just strengthening the rest of the immune system, but if you can knock it out before it gets started, you're going to be in good shape. And if the virus happens to attach and get into your cells, these nutrients that we've been talking about, the aloe and the immune support product, can help the body prevent the virus from reproducing itself. And because viruses like to come in and take over all of the machinery of the cell. Viruses are non-living. They don't divide. They don't reproduce until they get into a suitable host cell. And so our immune system is working at various levels within our body so that if the virus gets past the first line of defense, the second line of defense, the immune system, if it is properly nourished, still has several avenues and ways it can mount a defense against this not just this virus, but certainly this virus before it can really cause some damage to our cells. And so, yeah, Troy, it is, some people say, I'm not taking all of that stuff. Well, it is still your choice.
But one of the things I always say, Dr. Rollins, I actually been blessed. I'm like 50 and I don't take no kind of prescription drugs, right? And people, say that, but me personally, I would take, all natural supplements before I would want to get on some kind of maintenance drug. So if this prevent me, longer without taking that, I take it all day, every day. And I don't even really worry about the cost because you can even explain if you're taking a drug, a drug is helping in one area, but it's destroying another area. So I would rather take something all natural that's really going to help me. And the crazy thing about it is what makes me and Lisa relationship kind of balanced out. I'm the type of person I see something, I get excited. I'm an A type. And she's more like the analytical type of person. So when she started researching all these ingredients in these products and stuff, she got on there, got doing her research and went to PubMed and apoptosis, and she was like, wow, this stuff is some powerful stuff. And anytime I look at anything from a business standpoint, and we're talking to you guys more about boosting your immune, but from a business standpoint, my question is there anything else out there like in the market? And what's the demand for it? And can it really help people? So once I was able to answer them questions and check them off, I was like, you know what? We really got something that can make a real, real big impact in people's lives. And that's one of the main reasons why I'm so excited about this 100% plant-based product that we can actually share with the world, especially right now. You know, people need to know about our product. Wouldn't you agree, Dr. Rollins?
Oh, absolutely. I agree wholeheartedly. And keep in mind, folks, that um, we can't always wait for the pharmaceutical industry to catch up with all natural products. And also, um, all drugs, by definition, are poisons. There are going to be side effects of, of one, excuse me, Troy, of one sort or another. And so that, but these natural food products, they don't have side effects. They don't suppress the body. They don't stimulate the body, and they support the body. And so that I had to pass the phone over to A.
Yeah, that's been kind of going off too, so I understand, Doctor. That's why I keep kind of looking down because people were texting and calling me too. But I mean, that's the main thing, guys. And I've been like truly blessed just to be able to position myself around people like Dr. Rollins, the guy who actually invented this product. Dr. Dan Fauci was on that did it with me last week. Up next week, we got another doctor, and we just want to educate you guys on stuff that can really help you, especially like right now with what's going on. Because, I mean, really, when it all boils down to it, Bill used to joke with me all the time, Dr. Rollins, because I was building a business and I was doing real well. And he was like, yeah, Troy, you're doing well, but, man, all your people are going to die. They need to use my product. You know, he's a crack joke.
He knows how to put it right on the bottom line.
But as I got older, you know, I started really understand that our health is our wealth. I mean, if you don't have your health, you don't have anything. You know, people ask me, man, if I can have, you know, $10 million, but if I'm laying in the bed or I'm sick or I'm dealing with some kind of illness, you can keep the money. You know, it's not, you know what I'm saying? I want to be healthy. Now, if I'm healthy and then I acquire the money or whatever, that's a plus. But to me right now, especially at my age, it's all about being healthy overall, and everything else can fall in place. Because, you know, as long as I feel good and I got energy and, you know, God give me the strength to jump out of bed, guess what? I can go to work. You know, I can go share what we do with as many people as possible. When you agree, Dr. Rollins?
Oh, absolutely. You know, I'm in my late 70s, and I've been blessed, you know, with good nutrition, you know, for a long, long time, and knowing that, you know, nothing is, you know, the future isn't promised to any of us, but I can live right now. And I can do all I can do to live the best life I can live. And chances are I'll see tomorrow. And so one of the things I always want to do is to make sure that I am doing the things that help to promote good health in these temporary bodies. And fortifying your immune system today is one of the most important things that you can do. And Troy and I love what we do. Troy does it very well. And I like to think sometimes that I do all right. But none of that.
And also, guys, I didn't mean to cut you off, Dr. Rollins, but if you really want some more information about this, you can message either, you know, Dr. Rollins, or you can message myself, or you can reach out to me or him. Tonight, he's actually doing a product call. He does a call every Wednesday where he talks about our product in different areas of the body, how it can, you know, actually help. I don't know. What is your call going to be about tonight, Dr. Rollins?
We're going to be talking about bones and muscles and the interrelationship. And one of them is obvious, of course. Our bones help to hold us upright, and our muscles help us to move. But there are some other interactions that go on. And we're going to talk about how both systems can benefit from these 100% plant-based products. So bone and muscles.
If you guys want to know more information about that call, just message me or message Dr. Rollins, and we'll get you the information. That call will be 8 o'clock tonight at Central Time. And also, if you want to know how you can get your hands on these amazing products, just shoot me a message or shoot Dr. Rollins, and he'll actually we'll get you the information And also, if you want to reach out to Dr. Rollins, because maybe you're like a science person, and you want to know more details about how all this works, feel free to just, shoot him a message on Facebook, and he'll get back with you as soon as he can. And so what we're going to do, guys, we reached right at that 30-minute mark, and I know Dr. Rollins got something to do, his phone ringing. And I want to thank you so much, Dr. Rollins, for taking the time out doing this and sharing this information with these people. And you and Ada, y'all have a great evening.
You too as well, Troy. And say hi to Lisa for us. Really enjoyed this.
All right. God bless.
Take care.
Yep.